Hey, Adam here with a simple and fast review of the Joy Arts brand 1 gallon bubble-free epoxy resin kit. We're going to open it up, show you what all the parts are, and of course demonstrate its use and let you know whether or not it's worth buying.
So as we get this out of the box, I just want to show you, we're going to have dispensers for each. Simple user manual that kind of explains, obviously safety precautions, but then, mixing ratios and how to reduce bubbles and avoid sticky resin, all that stuff. And then of course, you'll have your epoxy resin A, and epoxy resin B. So you'll be able to kind of identify easily which is which. And then the final thing is a simple thank you card. All right, so that's really what it's all about as far as what's in there. So we're going to get these things set up, mixed up, and then show you how we did it. So in my little workspace, and I do recommend that you have something similar, I wanted to show you we're going to connect these to our two bins. They do recommend a measuring cup, however I'm not going to use this. The key being that you have equal parts A and B, 50-50 ratio, and then something to stir it with. And then I'm going to have a mold here that you will need to make sure comes separate from your epoxy resin. I'm going to pour these in, and I'm just going to have some fun, see if I can make a little coaster with two characters from a very popular movie series. So once we get this all mixed up, it is going to take 1 to 2 days to cure. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and open these up and see if we can't get everything connected. So you're going to have a pull piece that comes right out. And just you may need to have some paper towels close by, and then of course wash your hands, everything like that. Don't get anything in your eyes, all those good things. So you're going to simply connect in here, ideally. Maybe difficult first to get in, but should be able to get that to connect just by pushing in. And then you may need to twist to release this. And so what we will do is then just spin into place and get a tight seal. And then we're going to do repeat with the other one. And that was A, this will be B. Again, same thing. You're going to have your plug that should come off. And again, may be messy, so just be careful. Keep your hands clean. And tighten. Now again, they recommend that you utilize a measuring cup here. I'm going to kind of spitball it, doing about 10 pumps each. So we're going to go, once we get it, it's going to require some air to pump. And there we go. Now we're starting to pump out. I need more than 10. All right, so I did about 22 pumps in each, and so what we're going to do then is we're going to mix this up. It does say give it about 3 minutes before you're mixing, so I'm going to let it sit for a moment and then come back. So while that sits also, there's a recommendation that you let this kind of sit for about, or dip these guys into the mixture as well, or if you're putting in flowers or whatever you're putting in, they say it's best if you dip it before putting it into the mold, but you know, we're gonna work with what we've got here and go from there. And so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna begin stirring the mixture. All right, and again, use the best materials you have. I'm just doing this with some stuff that I had quickly. You're going to want to stir this for a few minutes, and just again be aware, be in a well ventilated area, try to avoid any contact with your skin. These are kind of the details that we want to follow. And again, as we go through this, I want you to just kind of pay attention to your instruction manual. It talks about temperatures that you should be in. Let it kind of slowly work the sides of the cup, so you're getting all the stuff that's in there. And as mentioned, they want you to dip them into the well mixed resin before, or brush a layer on with maybe a paintbrush or something before putting them into a mold. And they do recommend kind of a warmer temperature, optimally about 77 degrees. Also, if you're looking for a bubble-free scenario, they do recommend that you warm the bottles before you mix. They say like put them in a water bath, stir the mixture, and then let the resin sit 5 minutes after stirring before pouring. So again, I'm going to continue to do this for about 3 to 4 minutes. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes and there's still some bubbles in this, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the pour here. And just be careful as to how high you're going to fill it. Have a plan before you start. Make sure you don't overflow. Now he's going to be a little too much size-wise, so I'm okay with that. I kind of want his face to be kind of coming out. I think that's going to be funny. And just note that they kind of float a little bit, so hopefully they'll settle right now. These guys are definitely floating, so just as an awareness there. Again, that might be part of why they ask you to kind of, and it could be just the air inside them. So you may need to stick them back in a little bit. So we're going to experiment, but basically this is going to require about 2 days now, 1 to 2 days of settling. So we're going to go ahead and let that happen. And again, we're going to experiment with how they settle. Again, you may need to just have a different game plan, but to me this is more about just seeing how the mold works and how the initial resin epoxy settles in and works. Because again, noting that they float will help me with other projects based on weight and stuff like that. So we'll come back once this thing is settled in a little bit. So these guys still seem to be floating, so I'm going to create a third one where I'm going to pour a little bit first, and then I'm actually just going to put in some sprinkles and see how that works out. All right, so what I noticed when pouring is that they kind of pushed away everything, so I'm actually just going to stir it a little to try and get stuff in the middle. This looks pretty cool, actually, so I'm excited to see how this finishes out. All right, so quick update, and it's been a couple hours, and I can tell you that these have solidified only because I removed the cup that I had. They are not moving anymore. So some of this stuff is in, some of it isn't. I actually poured myself another one. You can kind of see the edge there, just to show you the clearness. And this one will have some bubbles for the most part, but just looking forward to it. These guys just floated for some reason. Maybe it's just because they're Legos and there's so much air in between them. And some of these are on the bottom and some are not. So we'll see how they come out. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the result is, but just give me an idea of the process. All right, so it's been almost 2 days, so we're gonna see what it looks like when these things come out. And I gotta be honest, I love how easy that just came out. Really nice. There is a bit of almost an edge here, so for a coaster it's actually kind of great because it won't just slide right off. It's got a little bit of an edge. So hopefully you can see this. There is a little bit of I guess abrasiveness with that, which will be nice for a grip. These guys here did not come out perfectly. As you can see, kind of they're floating on top. So what I'm going to probably do is end up putting a little bit more in here and then just putting this on top, ideally, so that it can create a full proper edge. Because again, this guy came out with some bubbles as I tried to push him down, and that was probably a mistake. But as you can see, this stuff is super clear, and again, it has an edge, which is really nice. So this worked out great. I'm looking forward to making more of these, so hopefully this review helps, and thanks for watching.